How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, an animated visual book summary by Alexander Sandalis. How to Win People to Your Way of Thinking, Chapter 6, The Safety Valve in Handling Complaints. Most people trying to win others to their way of thinking do too much talking themselves. Let the other people talk themselves out. They know more about their business and their problems than you do, so ask them questions. Let them tell you a few things. If you disagree with them, you may be tempted to interrupt, but don't. It is dangerous. They won't pay attention to you while they still have a lot of ideas of their own crying for expression. So listen patiently and with an open mind. Be sincere about it. Encourage them to express their ideas fully. Be observant and cognizant enough to understand and realize that the person in front of you has a lot to say, and in return, be quiet. Once you see someone itching with excitement to speak, let them say their piece before you accidentally or on purpose interrupt them and disrespect what they had to say. As many business examples Carnegie gives, I'm going to give the one family relationship example that I think everybody can relate to. Barbara Wilson's relationship with her daughter Laurie was deteriorating rapidly. Laurie, who'd once been a quiet, complacent child, had grown into an uncooperative, sometimes belligerent teenager. Mrs. Wilson lectured her, threatened her, and punished her, but to no avail, as many parents do. One day, Mrs. Wilson told one of the classes at the Carnegie course that she just gave up. Laurie had disobeyed her time and time again. She left the house without completing her chores, and when she returned, the mother was about to scream at her for the 10,000th time. But this time she didn't have the strength to do so, so she asked, "Why? Laurie, why?" And Laurie replied in a calm voice, "Do you really want to know?" The mother nodded, and Laurie told her. Just hesitantly, then it all flowed out. Mrs. Wilson said that she'd never listened to her daughter. She was always telling her to do this or that. But when her daughter wanted her to tell her thoughts, feelings, and ideas, she interrupted with more orders. So she began to realize that her daughter, needed her. Not as a bossy mother, but as a confidant, an outlet for all her confusion about growing up. And all she had been doing was talking when she should have been listening. She never heard her, she never understood her, she never empathized with her. This is the key point. So from that time on, she let her daughter do all the talking she wanted, confiding in her. And since then, their relationship has improved immensely, and her daughter's once again become a cooperative person. The lesson is, listen before you talk, especially if it's in the complications of an emotional relationship with a spouse, daughter, son, brother, sister, doesn't matter. Listen first, and you will have one of the keys to a strong relationship. Even our friends would much rather talk to us about their achievements than listen to us boast about ours. A French philosopher said, if you want enemies, excel your friends, but if you want friends, let your friends excel you. Why is that true? Because when our friends excel us, they feel important, but when we excel them, or at least some of them, they will feel inferior, maybe even envious. There's a little bit of the 48 laws of power coming out of me, but when he says let your friends excel you, I think at least give the appearance or the illusion that they excel you. Maybe you don't have to actually let them excel you, but instead showing the appearance can be all the more significant. Principle 6. Let the other person do a great deal of the talking. If you've made it this far through the video to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate you more than you know. It's really important to me that you follow me on social media, but only if you actually intend on watching and or reading the content I produce. Do not subscribe just because you think I'm okay. Hold yourself to higher standards to only learn from